So what is the 6 Series Gran Turismo? Well, it's a little bit of 5 Series, it's a little bit of 7 Series, but let me get to what actually makes this car stand out. And this coupe roofline is what sets the 6GT apart from a 5 Series. So it liberates more space inside and gives it almost 7 Series rivaling space at a much lower price point. And the reason why it's called the 6GT and not the 5GT, though that car used to exist, is because of BMW's new naming conventions. We'll get into that in a bit, but first let's show you the visual details.
Styling is similar to the 5 Series already on sale. The front of the car looks almost exactly the same. The silhouette of the 6GT, however, changes dramatically. The sloping roofline flows into a larger hatch-style boot and chunkier tail lamps. Because of a new naming convention, BMWs with odd numbers denote sedans or SUVs, while even numbers are reserved for the sportier coupe models. Changes to the car include elements that enhance aerodynamics. It includes a grille, front air dam, side vents, and of course the electric spoiler that rises at speeds above 110 km per hour. Under the skin, the 6 Series GT is based on BMW's cluster architecture platform, same as the new 7 and 5 Series. Exterior dimensions split the difference between those two cars. The wheelbase is nearly 100 mm longer than the 5 Series, naturally matching the Mercedes-Benz E-Class long wheelbase. Boot space is up from 530 litres in the 5 Series to 610 litres, and the space is intrusion-free. The India spec car is fitted with 18-inch wheels. We wish the wheels looked sportier to go with the roofline. The 6 Series GT rides on self-leveling air suspension all around. The system can offer up to 20 mm of lift when the need arises. Inside the car, it's familiar territory as the 5 Series, though the car is wider. Everything feels impeccably put together, as it should. The car comes with a 10.2-inch central touchscreen with only Apple connectivity. It features gesture control that's fairly useful for controlling audio volume through the 12 speakers. The rear bench is wide and comfortable with electrically reclinable rear seats. These offer outstanding under-thigh support and knee room is more than luxurious. Two 10.2-inch entertainment screens are standard.
So we're familiar with the 2-litre petrol that's in the 5 Series. What is new to the 6GT are the driving dynamics, and it being a BMW, you would expect it to be fun and sporty to drive. And they've toned that down. They've toned that down for the 6GT because it's all about the person sitting in the rear seat. Ride comfort is of paramount importance in the 6GT. That being said, the drive modes do have an adaptive mode that you actually don't need to take it out of, because it sets up the dampers to give you just a little less side-to-side movement if you are performing quick overtakes. It's actually a pretty smart system.
The adaptive driving mode adjusts the air suspension and active anti-rollers at the rear. It responds to road conditions and driving styles in real time. Ride quality is very pliant with a hint of underlying firmness. There is a Comfort Plus mode that sets up the air suspension to be extra plush. Only the sharpest of joints in the road come through with a thud.
Coming back to the specifics of the engine, it makes about 250 to 258 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque, and this is mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Of course, the BMW is rear-wheel drive, and it's more than enough. I don't think you should be left wanting for more than what this car offers you. You get an immediate surge of torque right when you put your foot down, building from 1500 RPM going all the way up to about 5.5, and that's when it starts to taper a little bit till the red line at about 6,500 RPM. So the gearbox is actually really smart, and we haven't felt the need to take manual control of it so far. Sport mode just seems to put you in the right gear at all times, and in comfort it's utterly relaxed. 100 kmph on the highway in top gear, which is either 7 or 8 depending on if you force the computer to go to 8, is less than 1500 RPM, which is astounding for a petrol motor.
BMW claims a fuel efficiency figure of 14.3 km per litre for the 6 Series GT, coupled with a 68-litre tank capacity that should equal a range of well over 900 kilometers.
You do have driving modes. You do have a dynamic mode that gives you a sportier feeling from the suspension. The steering firms up a bit, gears hold on a little longer, and it actually changes the whole character of the car. I know we say this quite a lot, but considering how plush and comfortable the car is in comfort, the moment you put it into sport, you really get a lot of feel back into the controls. And that's actually quite astounding that it makes that big a difference.
The 6 GT still exhibits safe characteristics, tending to understeer to let you know where the limits are. If pushed, the rear will step out a little before the electronics rein it in. Overall, the 6 Series Gran Turismo is a great package if the coupe-like styling appeals to you. It has more space and features than a 5 Series, and the air suspension does wonders for ride quality. At an ex-showroom price of 58.9 lakh rupees, it compares favorably with its competition. The BMW 6 GT could be your car if you value space and practicality, and if you have the money for it.